We are here at the 2023 Nevada State Championships. My name is Spanky. I'm here with my friend Dan Turner, and we are watching the MPO lead card, the final round, front nine here at Zephyr Cove Disc Golf Course. Dan, what do you think about the course?
Oh man, this is one of the best courses in the area. Let's get right into the players here. We got a really sweet card here. These guys are all shooters, earn their spots. We got Ling coming out of Reno, 1006 rated. This guy's been doing it for a while, hard to beat. Quinn Berkovatz, also playing out of Reno, 982 rated. Look at that mustache.
Andrew Gutierrez, never met the guy, but he's coming at 972 rated, looking solid. And Maximus Meyer, we've heard a lot about him, the young gun, 988 rated. Andrew McGill, what do you know about him, Placerville, California?
Yeah, he's a shooter. I got to play around with him on Saturday. The guy putts lights out and is all business. It's going to be fun to watch this card.
Will coming in 16 down. That's going to be a lot to come back at, even though Quinn's only 3 back. Andrew 6 back, and then we've got 2 there at 9, maybe 7 back from the lead.
Yeah, we got a few separate battles going here. We got Andrew, Maximus, and other Andrew. They're all kind of bunched up for 3rd place. I know Chase Card's right there as well. And Quinn and Will are within 3 strokes of each other for the championship. This is our 3rd round, so we hiked this course twice yesterday. If you haven't played here before, it does a number on the legs, and there's a lot of uphill shots.
Hole 1 is definitely going to give you a good idea of how quickly it goes uphill. Right off the bat, shooting straight uphill, 306, playing way longer than that, for sure. These guys are definitely going to make it look easy. For a guy like myself, it's a full power shot. Let's see what Will can do here.
This is the play I like, just straight up the middle right at it. There's a hyzer gap, and then there's a forehand flex.
Got bogey on this.
Didn't quite get enough on that one.
Yeah, he's going to be a little short. He's going to have a very long putt. Now that, ooh, I thought he was going hyzer play there. Definitely a little more inside than I was expecting.
You see Quinn here wearing the beanie. It was cold out, folks. If you're out there, you know. It was, I'd say, low 40s to get warmed up. And the day turned out nice, but Andrew just going straight at it here. I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of what you see, the drifting left, for sure, if you're going straight up, if you don't really flip it hard to the right.
Maximus got all the power you could imagine for this hole.
And classic kick to the left, going up that center gap. That's why I always go with the hyzer play, because I typically end up in the rocks. Kind of like this. Hopefully he gets up there. Nope. Classic result. It is what it is, you know?
There's an upshot here. You know, a lot of these holes, if you don't get off the tee, you know, you're really just trying to earn your par. Some of the greens are pretty tricky, and you just want to get it close.
Yeah, I feel like this one for sure. As long as you get an open approach, it's pretty easy to just slam it into that hillside and hope that the rocks don't roll you down the hill. Pending just being absolutely buried, you should have a pretty decent approach shot. At least he's
Will throwing the righty forehand. And we're going to see today, Will has all the tricks. He throws lefty-righty backhand, lefty-righty forehand. The guy is a Swiss Army knife. I'm excited to watch him play.
I am very excited. I got to play round 1 with him, and
oh, he shot 10, I think that
12 under the first round. And people asked me, they said, what was it like to be on the card to watch someone shoot a 12 under? And I said, we didn't know what happened because it was so casual, because he was just able to pull out all the tricks, you know. And
nice.
It didn't seem like he had shot a 12 under, and he was just having a great time goofing around, being Will Ling like he is, and really nice player, really nice guy to hang out with. And yeah, it was a pleasure to see him do it, but that's kind of his style. Really casual and surprise you. 12
really
under.
Good.
Really good, yeah.
Looks like a lot of these guys are just tapping in for par. I don't think we had any birdies on this one. It's a tough get, especially early in the morning when it's cold. We can look to the cards here. I know that there was a handful of birdies. All right, we got hole number 2 here at Zephyr. It's, the sign rate is 357, but it plays, I would say, all of 400. What do you think, Spanky? It's tough to get close to this basket.
Honestly, for myself, I'm looking right about here is where I like to land on a really good, I throw a forehand, and I like to just give myself, you know, that 60-foot jump putt range.
It's nice to have a look of any kind. Let's see if these guys can get close here. Will going with the big Anheuser. Ooh, I would have liked to see that one finish.
Yeah.
It looked like it had the height.
That's going to kick him into those rocks, and he's going to have a decent look. That's going to kick him down the hill. Like you said, you're going to have to earn that one.
Yeah, this fairway really slopes right to left. So if you hit the left side of any of these trees, you're going downhill. So you're going away from the hole and down the hill. So it's going to... Those guys are going to have some tough up shots from there just to save a par.
I agree. Even on a good drive that doesn't hit a tree, you can still taper off left. And
see, Maximus, he has the right idea. Look at all that height, and he's got a slow turning disc. I bet he threw a fairway. That guy throws a mile.
Yeah.
Andrew going a little bit straighter at it, but just a little tight on the right side.
That's funny.
I think the straight at line is, unless you have, I mean, for a power like mine, straight at is the only way. I can't really deviate too much.
Yeah, I kind of go as straight up the hill as possible.
Yeah. Andrew here, just trying to get close. You can see the basket there. He's going to have maybe, I would say close to the edge of circle 2 there on the back end of it.
But again, you can see how much it slopes off. That if you don't get that flat, straight at it approach, it's going to always taper down the hill, and it's just very difficult to get it to land flat if you're like on that hyzer coming towards it. It's always going to taper down the hill. And then you got Will Ling showing those tools again, that Swiss Army knife of a player.
Yeah, he threw that lefty forehand.
Yeah, he went lefty forehand, so we're going to see righty backhand, lefty backhand, righty forehand, lefty forehand from Will all around.
Maximus, with the sun in his eyes, makes the first birdie we've seen on the card. Nice putt, Maximus.
It's a very good 2 to get.
See if Andrew can convert. He's closer than I thought he was. Oh, nice putt. That's a good 2.
Definitely a good way to get the round started.
This is Quinn for par. Rattles it in there, no problem. Yeah, I think these last few guys are going to make light work of their tap-ins. And then we'll roll into hole 3 here. Hole 3, as we'll see on the flyover here shortly, is an uphill shot. There's 2 gaps. Let's see, the drone looks like the drone likes to fly the up the gut. I threw the up the gut. Which way do you throw here? I know on the right side there's a hyzer gap.
You know, I actually really like the forehand play straight up the middle with something a little bit flippy, but there's so many different ways to attack it for sure. And we are playing the shorter position for the round 2 and 3. Obviously, we're in 3 today. And I think both gaps and all approaches are really, really gettable.
Yeah, and like again here at Zephyr, the sign says 267, but it is a full shot. I don't care who you are. You need to put a move on a distance or a fairway driver. I always throw distance driver.
Yeah, and I would have to agree. I'm forehanding a Wraith right up the middle. So I don't know if anyone else is, one of these guys is throwing a mid, but
this
I'm
looks good here from Will.
But that's kind of the play I like that Quinn just threw. Right over that rock. Right over that rock. As low as you can get to it without hitting it, I think is the most direct approach to it. Takes all of the distance out of it.
Definitely.
Just shortens the hole. And it really gets you to what you'll see when we get approaching here with this rock boundary. I believe that's Quinn's green disc up next to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
Maximus from circle 2.
Very close bid.
Good move on it. There looks like he had that tree between him and the basket.
But that was about a 45-foot look. Rough look for Quinn there, because it was actually about a circle's edge look. Very nice putt.
Good.
Oh, he's gonna want that one back.
Wow, Will was all the way up there. Good shot.
He's such an, it's like unassuming when he throws. It doesn't look like he throws hard, and it doesn't look like he goes very far, and yet he's inside the circle, and he's having a soft putt for birdie pretty much every time.
Yeah, very smooth player, I would agree. Definitely makes a lot of these shots look effortless. There's our buddy Thomas Hunter there on hole 40. Here's a disc golf hole, 543. You go down into this is kind of like a gully here, if you can see, and then back up the hill to the basket. Not many guys are going to be birdieing this hole, if any. Looks like we had one on the day. I throw something just up the gut, but it's close. You almost want to just play safe off the tee and chip for a 3.
That's exactly what I do, Dan. I throw a forehand with a destroyer, and I just try to land it kind of at the back side of the gully, like towards the basket, or the far side of the gully towards the basket, and I just hope for a gentle little chip up to it and take my 3 and move on to 5. Because
yeah, I think Will wanted that one a little bit more left. He kind of just tries to get a backdoor look. I played around with him, and he's just trying to get some sort of a look, maybe from circle 2. This is the line I like, right to the middle. Andrew just pures it. Wow, great shot.
That's going to give him kind of a 50-foot jump putt, huh? Or maybe even closer?
Yeah, he's going to have some type of uphill look at it.
Is that a little turned over? Oh, that did hit a tree. Oh, boy, that's going to kick him.
Now, this doesn't happen often, but if you hit one of these trees high enough, they'll kick left and go into that road's out of bounds. Andrew going up the gut here. This looks like it has good distance. I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it finish, but that should give him a look for sure.
I think
Quinn
I pushed him into the circle.
Quinn smacks the gap here pretty good. He'll have a look, but even if you hit the gap, it's really hard to get into circle 1 on this hole. Maximus.
Oh yeah, where Maximus is a full pull uphill through, completely guarded. That looked good, but it's really hard to say because there was so much to go through to get all the way to the pin from where he was. And Spencer, you can see Will.
We love you, Will.
We love you, Will. Is all the way on the other side of the ravine. It doesn't look much like a ravine from here, but it really is. So he is approaching all the way from the other side, and that looks like a fantastic approach.
I think he might have left himself a little more meat than he was hoping. We'll see when he gets up there. Andrew, that's a birdie bid there for...
And this is Quinn's birdie?
Yeah, this is Quinn's second shot here. He's got a little bit of jump putt, kind of effortless up and down, which is nice. On this hole, like, birdie is really hard, and it's nice to have it kind of an easy up and down.
I agree.
Andrew McGill, bangs the birdie. Wow, and Is
that the only birdie of the day?
Yeah, only birdie of the day. Andrew McGill, great shot.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, see, Will's got a full length of the circle here. Let's see if he can straddle out and can it.
What a recovery.
Easy peasy for the guy.
Yeah, like I said, making it look easy. Always effortless for Will Ling. Funny little...
Maximus got all the way there by the basket. So you're right, he parked it from the out-of-bounds line, which is... Just to save bogey there is really quite a feat, I think, once you go out of bounds.
It's absolutely unbelievable, really. Here we go, hole 5. My nemesis hole. I imagine a lot of people would agree with me. It's 347. It is incredibly steep. There's a very narrow line, and then these trees right here on the right side of the drone line really create a very difficult barrier if you don't get left or right of them. If you land right at them, you're going to have almost no look at the basket. So
yeah, it turns into a trick shot in even if you get some distance. Let's see. These guys got some power. Let's see how close they can get. This looks good.
This is what I expected to see is the hyzer line. They was going to go uphill, penetrating left, which is going to open up the look directly at the basket from the left side. The other play is to flip it up and go almost through the tree line and be looking directly up the hill at the basket.
Yeah, there's a play there for par off the tee if you want. But these guys, with the power they have, they're all kind of just trying to get up the hill, get close, maybe get a look.
I would imagine they're all.
Yeah, these guys are playing aggressive. I like to see it, and they got the power to do it, you know.
But it is. Oh.
I'm not sure if that's intentional, but looks like Quinn might have pushed through that backdoor alley you were talking about. Well, I'm curious to see what his lie looks like when he gets over there.
Yeah, I think he caught a branch and kicked down quite early. Maximus has gone early there.
A little inside, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be pinched.
Tricky up and down for sure.
Oh, did he get clean? He might have a putt, but
Yeah, see, this is the alleyway Spanky was talking about. It's kind of straight up the hill. Your disc can land flat. I like it. It's kind of a miss off the tee, but it's an easier approach than some of the other ones. And Will got all the way up here. Wow, this is a real bid from Circle 2 here. Oh, just missed it. Lands safely, though. I see a lot of rollaways on this hole, Spanky. I don't know if it's ever happened to you before.
the camera definitely doesn't do it any justice how steep it is. If you touch any metal that doesn't go in, you're usually rolling down the hill.
Do we have any birdies on that hole today, Spanky?
Let's see. I don't think so. No. A lot of pars.
I'm curious if anyone got it round 1 or round 2 in that location.
Are you doing like all your approaches with this?
We'll just do a little short. No birdies on it either round in the MPO division. So that just tells you how hard this hole is for just a par 3, 350, 0 birdies, 38 tries.
It's a doozy for sure. I was happy to take my par on it for sure.
You know, it's funny. I got a little closer than I normally do, and so I got aggressive. I drilled this tree on the right. I rolled down and just took my medicine and got my bogey. I had no look for the par coming back. Kind of a bummer. For third round here on hole 6, we got 405, and it's a really hard hole. I've never seen anyone get too close to this hole. You can take a right side hyzer gap, or where the drone's flying, a lot of guys will go straight up the middle, and the basket's back here to the right. It's kind of a tunnel that gets created by these pines coming in. It gets a little bit narrower. No 2s on it for the entire tournament. I'd like to see him push this basket back maybe 50, 90 more feet and kind of give it more of a true par 4 feel. What do you think about that?
Yeah, for myself, I don't throw as far as these guys, but the only way I've ever 2'd it was like a 200-foot throw in. But I think, like you said, if it was moved back just a little bit more, and you could truthfully call it a par 4, and it really wouldn't interfere with the next hole that bad. And I think these guys would definitely appreciate seeing that be a par 4 because it is so uphill.
You still need a solid drive here to give yourself an easy look. A lot of these guys are playing the hyzer gap, and Quinn's knocked down there, but he's going to have a pretty routine play, I think, to the basket from there. Yep. Maximus, I like this. I think he was trying to hit that left gap and maybe just flipped it a little too much, but up the left there, that's the way to get max distance, and then I think with his power, he can get up. He can get pretty far up there.
I agree. I think that Maximus could get to that long jump putt range. There's where they are is kind of, well, actually, you can see the basket there. That's just a gentle putter throw.
Yeah, like I was saying, there is a little bit of hallway that it's in, but if they just maybe pushed it back 50, 90 more feet, they could call it a par 4, and you would need 2 good shots to secure the birdie.
They also cleaned up the green quite a bit.
No, the green looks good, yeah.
And there used to be a lot of fallen trees and branches, but still you can get really aggressive because even if you go a little long, you're going to plug a bush right behind it. It's pretty unlikely that you would go long running it. So it's a very safe green to attack for these guys. Well, for anybody really.
Maximus playing up here. Oh, caught some cabbage there late. He's going to have a tester for par.
What's up, Andrew? Where are you at?
Okay, that was a quick look.
Looks like McGill cleaned his par up. Here's Maximus here. Oh, he's edge of circle 1. Oh, that was a lot of chains. I would like to see that one fall in.
Yeah, that was a good-looking putt. Just a little left.
Beautiful.
Quinn makes it easy peasy. Like it.
Yeah, looks like we saw a lot of pars on that hole today.
Yeah, I would doubt there was any 2s, maybe a throw-in, but
there was honestly only 1 5, some 4s, and everything else was a 3. So nobody really got too waxed on that hole. Like we said, if it was pushed back a little farther, it could be a par 4. That would be nice. But a great hole nonetheless. This is pushed back. The traditional A position. Most of these guys would be looking to get their 2 on it. So pushing it back for the final round, lead card. This is nice. Nice to see. Hole 7, guys. This one only has 1 position, 290. Everybody's kind of licking their chops when you get to hole 7, 8, and 9. These 3 holes are what we would call birdie alley here. We're either going to see a backhand turnover or all forehands. I'm not quite sure, but
right. There's a couple guys. I think maybe Maximus will throw the Spikeiser for us. There's a couple different right side lines. It's kind of thrower's choice here. Andrew's going to go turnover with a mid range, I would think, probably.
Yeah.
And that is working nicely.
You can see it's just a smooth touch shot. Nobody's going crazy here. And if you just get down the fairway with something smooth like a mid-range, you're typically looking at that's going to leave him kind of in the middle of the fairway with about a 60 to 80 footer.
Quinn's going to show us the forehand. A little bit high, maybe inside, but hopefully he can get a look from that.
A lot of times that will actually trickle all the way down and have like a downhill look at it. So we'll see where he ends up.
Yeah, that's a good point, Spank.
And this is what I saw from Will on round 1, and I expect that to be pretty close because
lefty backhand. Okay, and so Maximus is going to give us a new look here. Big Spikeiser.
This is what I like to see, Dan, because this is kind of similar to
it's there. If you got the pop, yeah. It's get over there, kind of takes all the trees out of the equation until late, which is nice.
So if this is the farthest out, this gives you a really good idea of how these guys really want to get this one. I mean,
look at that.
That's incredible. Nice putt. Great putt.
Yeah. Yesterday is my first time ever getting a chance to play with Andrew Gutierrez, and he's sneaky good. He's steady, and he makes them putts, and he's got all the shots.
Wow. Is this,
Win.
Are we going to see a star frame? I haven't even looked at the stats on this one, Dan. No spoilers. But Will makes it. Yeah, like I said, this is definitely one of those, we would call it a must-get in a sense. It's definitely a bummer to not pick this one up. Hole 8, I would say, coming up is going to be a little bit more of a, we really want to get it, but we have big rollaway potential.
See, his Spikeiser came all the way back across the basket.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to skin that hole. Our lead card, everybody birdied it. No surprises there. These guys are shooters. Here we go, number 8. It's our last uphill hole before we get to come throw a few downhill shots. I throw the right side around this first tree here. I like a hyzer, kind of lands flat with the hill. A lot of guys throw forehands, kind of just try and pick your gap here, and hopefully it hangs on. One thing I see about the forehands, though, it kind of comes down the angle on this hill, and you can get some rollouts.
Big rollaway potential.
Let's see how our lead card chooses to play it. Okay, this is the line I like.
Miss it.
Just a hair inside. That was good height, though.
Are you going left of that tree or right of that tree?
I'm on the right side of that tree.
Okay, so you are taking that wider line.
Yeah.
Both of them hit that tree early. Right.
And it's kind of a low ceiling, high floor type shot. So they both had good height, just a little inside and caught that tree. Let's see what Will throws here. That looks like the shot right there. He's walking away. He knows.
Yeah, that's very nice. I like the forehand play here, but I go with something a little less stable. I don't want to crash into the hillside steep. I want to kind of hit it flat.
Maximus just posterizing it. Great shot.
Looking real nice. Oh, we're going to see a forehand approach here.
Oh.
Interesting, because that's a scary, that's a potential for a rollaway there. I'm surprised to see him not go with a little jump putt, just a layup.
McGill
Like,
from
kind of
range.
like that.
Yeah, this is one you can fly past this basket. You can see it from here, where you can easily miss a putt and airball to 40. So I like him laying up there. Quinn's got an attack right here for birdie. Nice.
Very nice putt.
Quinn.
And he had the nice angle where he's still putting slightly uphill. Once you're putting across the hill, anything that misses or even chains out is just sailing down that hill. So very nice to have that angle slightly coming up. You know, short is almost better than long. Did that spit out? Oh.
Unfortunate miss there for Max.
Darn, that looked so good. And Spencer, unassuming. Will, sorry, Will. Love you, bud. By the way, guys, we share the same first two names. I'm Spencer William Edwards. He's Spencer William Ling. So I mess it up sometimes. I apologize, Will. Love you, bud.
All right, here we are, top of the mountain. Spanky, tell us about hole 9.
Hole 9, one of the most beautiful holes on the course. Obviously, one of the signature holes. definitely one of these guys. They're looking their chops again. They're looking to get this one. We're gonna see some backhand spike hyzers, maybe some forehands, maybe some straight at it. We've seen jump putts in the past.
And I think Maximus might mix it up and throw a grenade if we're lucky. That's what he threw when I played with him.
That would be fun to see. Let's see what Spencer
Here's
can
Will.
do. Will,
Definitely going high. Does he have the distance? Looks like it caught the last tree. Dang. Quinn, here we go. Forehand on the outside. I know you throw this line, Spanky.
Yeah, so he takes what we call like the ultra local route, going a little wider. I go a little more direct with the forehand, but still totally there. We're gonna see, this is again a traditional spiky backhand.
That looked good. McGill here looks like maybe putter. He's going low.
Oh, that's
okay.
Correct.
That looks like a pretty dang good shot. He liked it.
And it can be scary with that shot because that left side is really, really steep, Dan. If it gets any glide at all, it's gone.
Yeah, here's that grenade. I love it.
That looks like you plugged the bushes great.
Little downhill runner. He don't want to be too aggressive there because this green roll really runs away on you.
Yeah, even on oh man, just a spit out there. Even on a really good drive that looks like it comes up close, it can roll away all the way down that walking path. You know, it can go almost all the way to the next tee pad.
Yeah, it's funny. I throw a thumber here, and if it lands in the manzanita and it's close, it's great. But if you land too close to the basket, ironically enough, you'll be on this path and it'll take off running on you.
That's why I gave up on that thumber, Dan, because it just always takes off on me.
You're just hitting it right in the middle every time?
Every time, so I got forehand now because that thumber was just taking off on me.
What's it like?
Yeah, what's it like? It is a tricky touch shot because it can get away from you.
All right, and that is going to wrap up our front nine coverage. Here we go. Let's take a look at our scores through 9. Will's -2, pretty solid. Quinn 3 down. Andrew Gutierrez 2 down. Maximus is even, and Andrew McGill is leading the way at 4 down for the round.
And Dan, I'll tell you, 4 down through the front 9 is kind of that almost dream start. That's really what you're going for.
That man is golfing.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for on that front 9. And I don't know if you agree with me, but I do believe the back 9 is where these guys are going to start attacking. I think they're really going to try to knock down some hot scores on the back, but it definitely being the longer layout, we'll see what they can come up with. But a 4 down on the front 9, I think is a really, really good start.
Yeah, for sure. I know we always talk about on a tough layout like this, all these uphill big shots. If you're even through 6 on this layout, like you might shoot your hottest round ever. So kind of grid out the front, and I'm looking forward to seeing the back.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Like, we're going to go right into hole 10 after this, and it's one of my favorite ones to get into, so I'm excited for that back 9, Dan.
Yeah,
what a great back 9 to watch.
Yeah, I hope you guys tune in. We'll see you there.